Does everybody please take a seat? For the cast of Old Ladies Bar. First, Miss Hope Harley. Peaches Valerie Johnson.
The check is in the mail.
Look out. Laura. Danny Taylor. Oh, wonderful. But last and not least, our wonderful playwright, Natasha Caroline So,
We'll start with some questions. Anybody have questions?
You better.
Everybody was fantastic.
Yeah.
I definitely saw the development of the characters, like each one, you could tell your characters and who they were, and it was really great. I wanted to ask the playwright, do you have these women in your life, and then was that your inspiration for writing them the way that you did?
Yeah, a lot of these stories, thank you, Mom. A lot of these stories are my mom's stories, and they are based on some real people. Some of them are like a combination of people. And I call this my mom's play. Wrong coded. And this is for her. And it took 13 years to get this together. I was 30 years old trying to write for 6-year-old movie characters. And I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And I would give it to people and they'll say, okay, and I had to realize that I had to live a little life too to understand these characters. Because these women, they have history, they have experience. You know, these women are married, divorced, kids. They've been through some things. And at 30 years old, I had a couple of puppy dogs, romances underneath my belt. That was pretty much it. So yeah, it took some time to understand who these characters were. I thought, well, I can just write down my mother's plays and have a play. No, that didn't work. I had to actually learn how to structure a play and learn how to analyze characters and actually put some of my own experiences to make them real, you know?
Well, it worked.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions or comments?
As you wrote this beautiful play, what do you want us to remember? What would be the legacy that you would ask us to get from this play?
Well, that's a question. The production of this whole play will be in March. And so the theme of this play is forgiveness and friendship. And the Mary Alice character, she's the one who's the messenger of that message. And speaking of making these characters real, I was going through my own issue with forgiveness with my own brother. And I said, I have to put that in the play. And because that was what was really vibrating at the time, that I couldn't forgive him. And my husband, he was always giving me a scripture about forgiveness. And so I was like, oh, let me put this in the play, because this is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm struggling with. And so that was what people were like, resonating with, like, oh, this is real. Oh, yeah, I'm going through this too. Oh, yeah, forgiveness. So I would definitely want people to take that away from the play, forgiveness and friendship between these women. And plus, I wrote this play because I actually wanted older Black women to be real people, not just a caricature, not just a funny person, not just a grandma, not just a cougar, not just a slave, not just a slave woman, not just a church woman, but a real woman. Because older women, they're always put in a box. They're never the star of the movie. They're always a co-star. So when I was writing this, a friend of mine said, oh, well, you're gonna have to have the young version of these women. You just can't have these older women in the play. And I said, no, they're going to need to be older women. And I said, now we can do that for the movie. Because there'll be flashbacks, of course. But no, this is going to be a play about real older Black women. And I purposely did not mention children or their grandchildren because I didn't want them to just be mothers or grandmothers.
So, good evening, beautiful queens. I have to tell you that I absolutely love this, and I'm so glad you just touched on that, because that's, I wanted to have a question for Wanda. I'm sorry, I don't remember your real name, but, I'm a person who's always loved being around women who were, like, around my mother's age, or sometimes even older. So what was it like for you to be, to run lines and be in the presence of all of this wisdom? What was that like for you?
Miss Peaches told me to tell you my name, so I'm going to listen to Miss Peaches. My name is Laura Michelle. I first saw this, like a little snippet of this back, I don't know when y'all did this March, January, and I was like captivated because I was glad to see older Black women on the stage telling their own story. So off of the bat, I was captivated, and then when I finally got into like the first table read with them, I was just like, yeah, I'm meant to be in this space. I don't even know what I need to take in. I don't know what like I'm supposed to be actually gravitating from this or like getting from this, but I knew that from the moment they started speaking, they were just like, Lord, just pay attention. And I paid attention, and I just learned that I just need to continue fighting my fight. Don't waver in the things that I know that I want in life, because there are going to be many obstacles and many hills that I'm going to have to face. So being able to see this and like not knowing their full stories, but being able to just see it from how they articulate, how they go on about their lines, and like also the real work, because they're not just acting. They've had stories before they were acting, so it was just like, I felt like a big old sponge.
Hi. Hey girl, you back. You did a great job.
Now, I'm a Southerner, and Yvette was telling you that. She's truly a Southerner. And so everything about this play resonated with me, being Laura Michelle, am I right? Her age, back then, fried fish, pig feet, cornbread, sneaking in a juke joint. Like not a juke joint. I had to say. They didn't call it that back then, but that's what we call it. So my question is, before anyone can answer, like, how did you, because this is truly a Southern play, like you resonate with the South, truly. How did you guys get into character for this? Because you're Northerners. especially my girl Yvette.
We're Northerners, but my father's from Gastonia, North Carolina. So everything you saw was my cousin BB. When we were down there this summer, I was practicing, because I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to try to pretend like I was from North Carolina, but I wanted you to think that I had some South in me, because I do. Well, but I ain't from Texas. I'm from North Carolina. Peaches is from Texas. I don't have any kin in Texas, so I had to do the best I could with North Carolina. But so many of us that live here, I was born in the Bronx. But every summer, yeah, BX baby, yeah. But every summer, we would either drive to North Carolina, or we would be on that train to North Carolina, and I've got all those great stories. And now I'm the youngest cousin in my generation, so I sit under those women when I go down there, and I listen to their stories, and I listen to how they tell it. And I'm so thankful. It's a great opportunity. So child, yes.
Now me, needless to say, I am from New Jersey, born and raised. I'm a northerner girl. So I'll tell you how I got into character, actually with Natasha, because when I would talk, because I really talk fast, she's like, you have to have the southern drawl, talk slow. And, you know, she was the one who got me into character, because I don't know anything about the South. So she really told me, you know, how to speak, and she, you know, just the way I act. So she's the one who brought the character to life.
I'm from Brooklyn. And I spent a little time occasionally in Virginia, you know, my parents were from Virginia, all of that, but I think that Natasha's characters, I mean, some of us had the privilege of reading the whole play, so we know who these folks are. So I think that Natasha's writing brings the characters alive. I mean, we're saying the words that she wrote. And so when you begin to understand who these women are individually and collectively, then that's who you are. That's who they are. And to do her words justice, I've been with Natasha about 6 years. 6 years ago, we did a reading of this play in Manhattan, and I played a different character, but I love Mary Alice. I love her. And Natasha gonna have to kill me to get rid of me.
Echo that. Hi, everybody. Let me just say my name right, Danny Tyler. Just so you all know, because I think it was wrong, but it's all right, it's all right, it's all up, it's all up. So I'm from the Bronx, and yes. However, my father was born in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And my aunts, my grandmother, their whole family was from Virginia, and they all came to New York. And so hearing, like, talking about the food and talking about, and I have family in Houston and in San Antonio, so I do have that Texas thing going there too. But I felt like I could hear my father, especially once we put the music in. It was like my dad just appeared, and I was like, he would be rolling at this play right now, going, oh my God, yes. But I felt like this play wasn't just a Southern play. I felt like I was listening to stories my aunts would talk about when they were living in Harlem. And it was a play for us, for the older Black women, for the younger Black women to learn and listen from. Like, I remember being those ages, listening to my family here and telling them these stories, them telling me these stories. And so I felt like I got into character because I just kind of resonated what my family always did, sitting around talking, the shade gets thrown, the this, that, and the other. I mean, but it was love, and it was just, you know, there was the frenemies, there was the this, but I felt like I didn't have to necessarily pull from the Southern part, because I felt like it spoke to me anyway. The play spoke to me anyway, and I think it speaks to any woman in here, and yeah, it's for us, but I think, you know, I think anybody can get it, anyone will get something from this.
Hi, I thoroughly enjoyed this play. It was great that African American women of all diaspora have been on the stage, and I enjoyed it because there's nothing like this in this area at all. So for the future, is there going to be something that you're going to be doing other plays? Because I really enjoyed this, and I think that a lot of people would enjoy to see that this is something that we all can enjoy in this area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go up there.
We want to do a full production of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little teaser.
Okay.
And so we were trying to do something for March, so we have this fundraiser, so we can have money to put on the show, because you need money for that. So yes, a production, a full production will be here in New Jersey coming in March. And so, there will also be,
The priest.
the priest,
The priest. That's
the priest incident, and also diverse monologue, dialogue.
Scope Theater on Instagram.
Thank you.
Yes.
Get a young one.
The youngin' knows, the youngin' knows. Yes,
It's
yes.
next to Booty Sneak Denim, Doctor.
Put some respect to my
More coming, more going.
November the 8th is the next one. At can you hear me? November the 8th is the next performance that we're having. It's a show called The DePriest Incident. And Oscar DePriest was a black man. He was the first black congressman in the 20th century. And it will also be a reading. So we hope that you will come out for that. It's going to be still at St. Mark's, right here in Teaneck. And,
Yeah, flyers.
oh, okay, there's flyers at the entrance. Please come to that because, as you know, theater is teaching and learning. And we put the word out on the stage. So we do history, we do, as Natasha just did, some of her background. People talk about being from the South. What?
Put the mic to your mouth.
Oh, it's that's my sister. Sorry. Yeah, so my point is, Mr. Murphy here, who runs the show, has everything planned out for the rest of the year. So as the young lady here said, we'll call it.
Is the QR code?
And you'll get there's a lot of stuff coming up, right? Mr. Murphy, do you want to say something?
Oh, no, let me finish the question so we can get to that.
I want to say
All right,
two things.
go ahead, Pastor.
It's based on what was asked.
Yes.
One of the things we have decided to do here at Unity is to be a part of the community and be available to people like Kaleidoscope specifically who want to do things in our society, but sometimes when they need space, it's so expensive they can't rent it or they can't get to it. So the board here, we talked about working with Kaleidoscope and everyone here, so wonderfully, we've been talking and having a great time, and if it weren't for Vanessa Spencer Phillips, none of this would be going on, because she's the playwrights and so on. So, yes, I support you in saying we must have more, that we haven't had this in I don't know how long. And our place is available. We know that. We're already a family connection. It's like a jumping site. You know, you have to go outside of Broadway. We're outside of Broadway. From here, you go to Broadway. I also want to say that the ladies, you are phenomenal. I knew, yeah, I was part of a lot of that generation, but I was kind of I was a New Yorker. But Mary Alice, I have to tell you, we had a previous minister here called Mary Alice, and every time you said anything, I kept saying, if Mary Alice was here, she would pass out. except that it was very much like Mary Alice. And when I was in North Carolina, it was the juke joint. 5 years old, going down there, taking off your shoes and dancing in the juke joint, and on all the songs and little things. They said, "You go in there, sweetie," and you get out there. What did Mary Alice say? Just dance and keep on dancing. And you say it's going to happen again, October 11th, here in Unity. We're putting on a play that I wrote called Before I Was a Minister. Like the plays, the city marks, and the plays here, this is October 11th, it'll be from 12 to 2 in what we call our spiritual illness coffee house. Oh. We'll have the 12 to 2 in the afternoon, and it's called Mother, Father, God, or Haven't You Forgotten Something? Oh. And you come to find out what that's all about. I have one last point. All women in a play.
Yeah.
I've read the whole thing, and I know there's references to Mr., but all women in a play.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have one more. So I noticed like your jewelry is fabulous. This red, I could not stop there. And I also noticed that like you had real food there when she grabbed that chicken. Like, are you planning to have like when you do the full version, are you gonna have like vendors where we can possibly, because I'm just looking at this red sparkle, like I need that in my life. Will you have like some of like the food, because I know when she took a bite of that chicken, my mouth started like, you know, possible like, this is an all black female play, like are you thinking of also having any like vendors who might be there for the play so we can advertise some of the things that we're seeing in the play?
That's a good idea. We can talk about that with Murphy, our director, about that. That's a good idea. But one thing I want to say before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you to Murphy.
Yes.
I don't have any idea. I've been through a lot of directors, and they got excited about the show. And then they'll say, "Oh, no, I can't do this." And then when I was writing a play, people would say, "Oh, well, you need to work on your dramatic arc. You have too many characters. You have to do this, you have to do that." And then I kept praying to God. I said, "Lord, I need a team. I can't do this on my own. I need someone to help me with this. I can't do this alone." And one day I met a female director, and she told me, make a long story short, she said, "You need to get rid of Mary Alice." And I said, "That's not happening." And she said, "Well, maybe you need to have a reading just so you could hear it, hear it for yourself." So I had a reading, and Hope came, and Hope said, "Oh, you need to be Murphy." And I said, "Okay." And then that's when the ball started rolling. And God said, "I sent you somebody." Because he said, "I'm gonna get in the trenches with you, and we're gonna do this." I'm like, "For real?" And he said, "Yes, we're gonna do this." So it was finally things would happen. So I want to thank him. I want to thank my actors. They did a wonderful job tonight.
Yes, great.
They came to rehearsal ready to work, and I appreciate them because I'm still at merch back there because I'm trying to get money to pay the actors for the full production. So y'all go check their actors. But I believe in paying actors because I've met people who said, "I'm only paying an actor a Metro Pass and a hamburger," and I don't believe in that. I believe that they are taking the time out of their life to come here and to do your work, so you have to pay them something for their time.
Come on, people, buy this beautiful.
Natasha, what was your first play and how old were you? My first play, you mean writing? The first play you wrote, excuse me. The first play I wrote, and how old were you? Okay, the first play I wrote was Old Ladies Bar. Okay. And I was 30 years old. That's the first play I wrote. This is my baby. This is my baby. She's 13 years old. Oh. Perseverance. That's it. Perseverance. Perseverance. So one day I was gonna give up, and I felt this hand in my back, and that was number God saying, "Keep going, keep going." I was like, "All right, let's do this." You know, so no.
We're so glad.
Yes. Okay, my name is Sept, and this is my first time doing theater. And I just want to thank every one of these women because they helped me because there was like little things they told me to do with the theater lingo, and I'm looking at them like, what? Like they speak a different language? So they were telling me what to do. They helped me, say things certain ways, and do this, do that, because I never had an acting class, but they really helped me. And I said, I just felt myself growing with them. Each time I read the play, even at home when I was reading, I said, okay, I know how to do this now, yeah. Okay, upstage, I know what that means, and they told me, you never do this, you never turn your back, you never do this. So I'm learning, I learned from everyone. So they all told me, do this, and it was so passionate, and it was so patient. So they weren't yelling at me, rolling their eyes. I was like, no, you got this. You got this. Yeah, thanks. And I just thank them. Yeah. Well, since we're on that question, everybody tell me your theater backgrounds.
Well, I got the mic in my hand. I have loved theater since a very, very young age. I've been doing it since middle school. Murphy was my teacher throughout high school. Murphy got me to go to American College. He did Ramapo though, so I did not go there. But then he got me to a conservatory that was really great, and I was a free ride, so praise God. And I did 2 years at Circum Square Theater School, and now I'm just out here acting. So if you need an actor, hey, if you need a sticker, you heard that? What's up? All right. Oh, I do have a short film out, A Similar World. It's a spinoff of A Different World. It's on YouTube. So yeah, I'm trying a little bit. I'm doing my Can you hear me again? A Similar World. Like a different world, but similar.
Theater background, as long as I can remember. I've been on the stage acting. The first one I guess I remember was probably in third grade. I was in the Thanksgiving Day parade. T is for turkey, so tasty and brown. E is for ham with its sugary crown. A is for apple pie, grandmother makes. N is for nuts and nice little cakes. I won't spell the whole word, you get the idea. I come from a theater family. My mother was a member of the American Negro Theater and the Negro Ensemble Company. My sister is a lighting director for theater, film, and video. And I've been doing this as long as I can remember. The first play I was in, I think it was in 5th grade. I debuted in Teaneck, New Jersey, Grace Lutheran School. Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I went for you with all the colors, but that's the first one that I remember, and I've been acting ever since. I've been singing since I was, I don't know, as long as I've been acting, and this is my jam. This is what I do, and I plan to keep on doing it. And I will work for a burger with Metro bags.
Like I said before, this is my first time on stage, but I am a commercial actor. I've been acting for about 3 years. After retiring, I had, while I was working at the post office, they sent me to California, I did a national commercial, and that's where I got the bug. And ever since then, I've been doing commercials. You'll see, I have 2 that are airing now. I do internet commercials, I do commercials from home, I'm in ads. So this is totally different. But I could add it to my resume.
Well, like so many up here, I've always wanted to be an actor. My first performance was in kindergarten. I'm a little doll who's just been broken. I don't remember the words, but I remember that. I was raised as a Catholic, and I even for my confirmation name, Catholics choose a confirmation name, confirm. I chose Genesius, and they sent me to the principal's office because they had the book of saints. So they had to look up because no one had ever heard of Saint Genesius. But he is the patron saint of actors. So I chose that in the 6th grade. I think but didn't do anything, acted in high school, school plays. But didn't do anything until I was much older. I was raising a family and all of that good stuff and working. Shut up, lady. And don't worry, it's still tender. So my son actually encouraged me in my 50s to, he said, "You've always been talking about acting. Why don't you take some lessons?" And that's what I did, and it started me on this road, and I've had many wonderful, wonderful experiences, and I've never regretted it. So this is like my 2nd act, or my 3rd act, or whatever act it is, I am continuing until the end of the play.
Where did we start? Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this short. I've been in theater in some way, shape, or form since, as my mother used to say, since I came out of her. And I started out as a choreographer, as a dancer, choreographer. They know. And I did a lot of theater in New York and part of a theater company in the Bronx. However, there are people here that I actually have to say and give credit to. Felicia Benson Craft, who I met 20 years ago. Yes, yes. She and Christine Gaines hired me to choreograph the Rocky Horror show, or the 30th anniversary, I think it was at the time. And I didn't know that I was gonna have a life in Jersey theater. And so I thank you for that. We thank you. And sitting next to her is Jackie, who I performed with. She is now one of the most amazing choreographers, and I am so proud of her. And I'm sorry, I'm introducing everybody, I'm sorry. There's Anique, who I performed in The Heights. I got a chance to choreograph in The Heights, and she was Wayla, she was beautiful. And my boyfriend, I love you. Who was also a director, and yes. And what was his name again? Sean. Brian, right? Love you. But
You're right.
And there's 2 reasons why I brought all this up, and because in 2015 I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Well, I technically should not be dancing or doing anything according to that, and that's how Sean and I met. And but above all of this, the person who really taught me theater and dance was my sister, who was here with me tonight. Sorry. She taught me from a young age. She's 10 years older than me and looks just exactly the same. And today is her birthday. But the reason, I'm sorry, I don't mean to take up, but I just had to give her flowers because she used to do character voices to me. She used to read plays to me. And I was, she was kind of like the babysitter and the second mom. And honestly, I don't think I would be where I am without her. As God knows what to put in your life and who to put in your life. And She's, our family is looking down right now, but this woman right here, I wouldn't be here. If it was for Stephanie. I'm sorry.
I just want to say one minute because my husband would forgive me if I didn't do this. My husband and I have a podcast.
Yes.
Okay, it's about aging successfully. And it's called You Still Have Time, and you can find it wherever you find podcasts. So that was my big commercial.
I'm speaking at the Academy Award. I'm gonna say something. First of all, I'm from Chicago, lived in Hyde Park, where Obama lived, but I was there before he was. So well, and I was raised in an all-white community. If you look at any of my class pictures, I'm the only one of color. I'm still doing that?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm from Hyde Park, Chicago, went to St. Thomas Apostle from first grade straight through the high school, all girls high school. And I remember in third grade, the only person of color, she wanted us to do a rendition of Cinderella. And I remember getting right up, I was in third grade, somebody here said they started in third grade. And I really hammed it up. I was trying to put my foot into the glass slipper, and I couldn't do that, and I couldn't do this, but I always knew that I wanted to be on stage from that time on. And I remember my mom saying, well, you could take dramatic classes. So I went around telling people, I'm gonna take dramatic classes. I didn't have any idea what that word meant, but I just, it sounded good. So then, of course, I went to college. I majored in theater and bachelor's and master's at NYU. And I came to New York, and that was really where I started just auditioning, always in New York. I didn't do anything here in Jersey for a long time. But I always remembered that I would be in the audience and I'd say, I can do that. I can do that even better, And I love theater. It's therapy. And it takes you away from sometimes when you feel down and out. And when you take up a character, you become that person. All these different things that they said are so true. I'm no longer Alice. I'm whatever the character is. And I really have to be very, when Todd mentioned the people that I've worked with, I have really worked with, over the years in New York, with some legends, most of whom are no longer living. And I learned more from them than I did when I was in school, learning theater. That's all.
With that, we are going to turn the mic over to the wonderful director, Mr. T.S. Hall.
Quick thank you for theater is such a collaborative effort. You cannot do it alone. Thank you, Val, Hope, Yvette, Danny, Laura, and Natasha for trusting me with her baby. Yes. Thank you. I was born and going together, we're doing the foundation that I always need. We still in this together, we're building this together, buddy. Vanessa Bellows, where's Vanessa? Vanessa, what? Thank you so much, Vanessa. And where's the queen? Reverend Dr. Bessie. Gentle fight. Our heart and a fellowship call for me, and this thank you. I can't put into words, and we've talked what you've done for me. Thank you so much. The members of Unity Church for always making us feel at home. I have to shout out my production team, Janine, Lisa, Donna, Christina, Adele, Patrick, Chelsea, and my boy Howard back here on the camera. My last shout out is to you, the audience. I said that before, there is no theater without an audience. Theater is a collaborative art form. Everyone plays a part in the creation of it. So thank you. Give it up for our audience. Yeah. These things are models. Please scan the QR code for the cast and crew's background. I'm blessed with this entire cast. All of them have amazing backgrounds, and their bios are on that QR code. What am I forgetting? QR code. Share your feedback. Thank you, Andrew. Share your feedback with us. Our emails on the program, also the award. We're on social media, Kaleidoscope Ensemble on Facebook and on Instagram. K-Scope Theater.
KSCOPETRE.
That's my social media coordinator there. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a good evening. Oh, please start the mailing list. My house manager said something. Please start the mailing list. Thank you. Be blessed and get home safely. And please listen to